Welcome back to the shed, guys. Welcome back to the shed. Full of enthusiasm. We have a lot to talk about in this video, but I'm just going to address a couple of things. Number one is we are not in our normal filming position, and there is going to be some reasons for that, which I'll get into later. We're going to try and use more of this space, not just all the way up the end. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about is this big dirty oil leak. That is not from the ute that we're filming today. That is from my VS wagon, so don't worry about that. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is we have just taken the BHD Hire Red Ute. A massive shout out to them because they very, very generously donated this beautiful VU S-Pack 5-speed manual ute. It did need a bit of love, I admit, but it did drive all the way from Grafton to Geelong. So far with this car, we've given it a buff, we've cleaned the interior, we have done everything under the car, brakes, suspension, we've put new tyres and wheels and heaps of little things, heaps of little 1%ers, pulleys and belts, and everything's been serviced, the works. So here I have a roadworthy inspection. So we did take it to go get a roadworthy. Here are the results. We'll get straight into it. Number one, there's only really one annoying one on here, and we're going to start with that. At some point, this car has had a VZ Monaro bonnet fitted to it. And when that has happened, it has had the holes for the washer jets on the bonnet just here, just covered up. So that is a bugger. If you see it here, it's bogged and it's been painted over. That is a bugger because that means there's no washer jets. So we have two options. We can either make a hole right here, or we can replace this scuttle with a VZ one. So most likely that's what we're going to do. The other thing that needs doing while we're here is the wiper blades are buggered. That's easy. The horn doesn't work. I've got no lights on the dash or anything, so I'm hoping it's just the one in there. It could be unplugged. I've got no idea. We need two tyres to be replaced. The battery isn't secure. It was, but on the day that I had this booked in, I was in a mad rush and I just threw a battery in there because the one that was in it didn't work, and it was a VS battery, so it wasn't going to secure down. So that's not a big deal. I can fix that in 2 minutes. The other thing is when I've put these headlights in, again, it's just when you're doing it on camera, I just forgot to put the globes in these headlights. So that doesn't work. Globes don't work. So that's the other big thing. Our right-hand rear spring insulator is damaged. I haven't even looked at that, but we've got one. I've got some from that Cali that I wrecked, so that's not a big deal either. And the last one is our right-hand brake hose is blocked. So nothing really major. The only one, again, that's a bit annoying is that. I'm not sure how we're going to fix that just yet. It's a good ute, this car. It really is. And it's cleaned up very well. I mean, you know, it's not a 10 out of 10 car. I admit, if we have a walk around it, again, I apologise for the mess. There are still things that I want to do to it still before it leaves. So I want to give that a touch up. It's been a nightmare to find some of these. I'm pretty happy with the interior. It just needs a little vacuum because we've been moving it around. It needs a glove box. Actually, I just broke that a couple of days ago, which is a bugger. But, you know, this is a 25-year-old car now. You know, they're not super new anymore. So we've put in new gas struts, we've replaced all the hinges here, we've replaced the locks. So those all work. And I broke the sail plane. And overall, it's pretty good. I did pull we got to fix that glove box. I did pull the side skirt off, and this had popped off and it was bowing, so I pulled all that off and fixed it. Again, it's not a 10 out of 10 ute. So you might be thinking, what are we going to do with it? Well, this is where it gets a little bit exciting. This is my plan, and I have already announced this on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, but I'll do it on YouTube now as well. So this is my plan, guys. I am wanting to swap this car for another project sort of in similar condition to this was. And what my goal is to swap and swap and swap up to a VF SSV manual ute. I love a VFSS ute. It's a bit of a dream car, and I think that this is a good way of doing it. Number one, because I get to, well, selfishly, I get to make videos and it's good content. Number two is, and this is much more important, frankly, is Holdens are going to get saved along the way, like this one. If you had to see photos of this when we first picked it up, it was looking pretty sad, and I have thoroughly enjoyed the process of doing this. Again, it's not a full restoration, of course, and it looks much, much better when it's washed, but cars like this, you know, to the layman would just be crushed, and that's sad. And I'm very lucky because I do these videos, I can fix cars like this where others that may not make financial sense. So that's the other big benefit. There are some rules to this. I want this little challenge I've set myself to be Holden only. I want my influence in the Commodore community to be as minimal as possible. So that's going to be impossible to completely avoid. But what I'm saying is I don't want, and I've already got some very generous offers, but you know, let's say someone wants this car and they offer me a car worth double its value. That's not as great as that would be. I'm trying to avoid that if possible for this challenge. Hopefully that it's, you know, spark interest that anyone can do this kind of thing. So that's the thing, guys. So I guess, and I'm just making this up, but I'm guessing that this ute, I'd probably value it at around $4,500 to $5,000, something like that. But yeah, and look, I know the ute was free and I did really wrestle with this, but I have put plenty of time and money into this car. And I feel good about it. Now, yes, the ute is a good car, so I will be a little bit picky about who it goes to as well, because this ute, it deserves to have a bit of an easy life, a bit of a retirement. You know, I don't want it to just be thrashed. So it's not quite ready, but it's almost there. So I wanted to make a video about that. It's got a lot of Ks. I think it's 300, but runs and drives good. It'd be a great daily. And it's obviously going to come with a roadie and all that stuff. So that's what we're doing here. And I guess what we can do is have another look moving on from the ute. And I kind of want to talk about what is happening in the shed and why we're down here. And you might notice that one of the cars is missing, and that's the VZSS Crewman. And that is because, very, very fortunately, I have signed a lease on a new shed. Now, don't worry, this shed is not going anywhere. And the other shed you probably will never see. It's basically exactly the same size as this one. It's actually scary how similar it is. It's almost identical. But that is going to be a storage-only shed. So I've only just gotten the keys, which is why nothing has really changed that much. But we should be able to free up, in my mind's eye, I'm thinking around at least 5 spots in here. This can be more of a workshop. I'm sure there are going to be some cars that sit here for a while, probably like those ones right up the end there. But, you know, if we have a look around, it's kind of, again, I know this is a first world problem and I'm not complaining, but it is a little bit tricky to work on stuff when the cars are a little bit close together. For example, you know, you don't want to work with the doors all the way open or that kind of stuff. I don't think we're going to have enough room for another hoist, and I definitely don't want to do it in the other one. So I think we're going to retain the single one. That's what's happening, guys. It's very exciting. It is very, very exciting because, well, it's any car bloke's dream, right? To be doing this, frankly, and because of social media, it has allowed me to do it. So I know I might not seem excited, but at the moment, I'm just probably a little bit overwhelmed, but I'm very grateful to everyone that has followed along, watched the videos, bought the tickets for the VT raffle, all of that kind of stuff. I've had a lot of questions, am I going to do those again? Probably yes, but I really struggle with letting stuff go. I'm sure that anyone that follows along, you know, I could go and do all my cars today, and of course, anyone that knows the raffles, they make great money. But do I want to do that? If it means parting with one every now and then I can save a lot more, then yes. But, you know, cars like this, I haven't even really been thinking about it, right? So the other thing that I've been doing is stickers. So jump on my store, go buy some stickers, and every dollar that comes from those stickers goes to supporting cars, supporting our Holdens, saving them, all of that kind of stuff. And it is growing really, really quickly. So thank you everyone that has jumped on board already. It's great. There's still a few cars that you guys don't know about as well, which I'm planning to get going, and it's very exciting, guys. So I don't know where we're going to go with the red ute. Again, it's not quite ready, but I'm sort of starting to put the feelers out there. But there we go. Thank you guys for following along, watching the journey. I know some of you guys, I always recognise your usernames, been following since day one, and we're just about to hit 100,000 followers on Facebook, probably today or tomorrow, which is very cool. About 240,000 across platforms. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy considering I started just with my phone and a $14 tripod from Kmart. So thank you guys for watching, following along, liking, subscribing. If you have anything to say about the ute or the sheds or anything like that, then please put it in the comments below and I will try my best to get back. Thank you guys for watching.